Hello and welcome. I'm Paul Scooter Cates, and this is a new web series that I'm doing that basically teaches you how to restore a 1956 Cushman scooter. So, a couple of things before we get started. Number one, I'm not an expert. In fact, I have no idea what I'm doing. Number two, I'm not even a scooter expert and have no idea about scooters. So the idea here is that I'm going to make all the mistakes so that you don't have to. So as we go through each episode and we concentrate on specific pieces of the restoration process, we're going to be able to learn how to redo one of these scooters, but more importantly, we're going to be able to learn how to work on just about anything that involves sheet metal, paint, electrical, motors, and all the little bits and pieces that go into this scooter. And then maybe we'll graduate to something bigger, like a four-wheeler, or possibly a full-size car. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and take a look at the patient. So this is the patient, a 1956 Cushman Highlander. This is the deluxe model because it's got the side panels with the louvers, pretty iconic. It's also known as the Model 715. Now, it being the Model 715 means that it shares parts with the 710 series as well as the 60 series. Now, all of that is unimportant right now, but just a little background on the scooter. The idea here is, again, that what we're going to learn by working on this scooter can be applied to automotive refinishing, furniture refinishing, anything that's made out of metal. We do have a lot to do on this scooter. It does run, and it runs fairly well. But other than that, it's a pretty, well, it's a little beat up. So here's some of the things that we're going to need to do. We're going to need to do paint work, obviously. Body work, we're going to have to replace body parts. We're going to have to strip out rust and and fix it. We're going to have to obviously replace parts. We have electronics to work on, and we have motors to work on. So basically we've got, this thing runs the whole gamut of things that need to be done. But specifically, we're going to run through real quickly on some of the things that we're going to cover in this series of videos. First off, we have some missing parts. The floor dimmer, there's holes in the floorboard for the dimmer to the headlight because it's just not there. And we have a non-working taillight, so there's the electrical that we need to work on. We also have rust spots on the running boards. One of them has eaten a hole through the running board. So we know that the floorboard running boards are going to need to be replaced. We have rust on both the fenders. We have rust on the front fork. We also will need to do some cleanup in the motor, and the motor is leaking gas. Looks like it's leaking out of the carburetor. So we'll have that work to do as well. The idea here is to get this from a running scooter that looks a little beat up into something that's show-worthy, and that's what our end goal is going to be. Even the seat needs a little bit of work. It could both be nicer and be a little bit longer to accommodate two people. So as we go through the restoration of this scooter, we're going to address all of those things. So please subscribe to my channel and follow along as we restore this classic American scooter, the 1956 Cushman Highlander. If you're someone who actually knows what you're doing in restoring a scooter or restoring any classic vehicle, please feel free to leave comments as we go along through this process. The whole idea is for this to be a learning process, and anyone with expert opinions is absolutely welcome to help us along the way. So look forward to the next episode where I, Paul Scooter Cates, begins work on restoring this wonderful piece of American history.